Wow, you know what? That was a great final episode. In my opinion, it was very emotional, and it captured everything the series was about perfectly. That was the perfect final episode. Like, if I saw even 1 second of another episode, I think all of this would be ruined for me. No, I'm sorry. I guess I don't understand why there's a 13th episode. You were done. You finished everything. Have you ever noticed that there's a problem with a lot of animes where they just can't seem to end their show right? Now don't get me wrong, a lot of shows actually have really good endings, like Your Lie in April had a fantastic last episode. The problem actually comes from what I'm calling the almost smashed episode, or the after party episode. The after party episode is the episode that comes after the last episode. It's the one that leaves you with an extremely disappointing feeling because it's in the place of a finale, despite not being a finale. To show you what I mean, why don't we take a show that I really enjoyed called Say I Love You. Say I Love You is a short 13 episode series that really hit home for me because it's about a girl named May who just hates people. But that all started to change once she started dating the popular guy. This is an incredibly basic premise, but because I enjoy it just this once, I'll give it the pass. Anyway, as the episodes go on, May starts to open up little by little, and as the name implies, on the last episode you'd think she would say, "I love you." And of course, as it must, she does say it. Oh, you thought it happened then? Oh, no. She says it in the credits of the next episode! Because apparently, this moment the series is all about, and this moment the series is named after, wasn't even important enough to make the actual episode, let alone the final episode. In an incredibly weird decision, the show has their first kiss and most romantic moment in the second to last episode, leaving this as an almost perfect example of an after-party episode. A filler episode, an episode that really doesn't need to be there because the show has already climaxed and finished. As bad as this example is, it comes second to Beyond the Boundary, which seems to have its last episode somewhere around episode 4, but I don't really want to get into that, because that's a whole video on its own, so we're just gonna move on. Now, there are a few shows that can actually pull off this middle finger of the last episode. The only one that really comes to mind at the moment is a Netflix original I absolutely love called, Kakegurui? Kakegurui is what it's called. Kakegurui, at its most basic form, is a show where all the girls are on the verge of shitting their pants at any given moment.
What do you say, Itsuki? I'm so sick of smiling for those disgusting
I'm rich, I can't afford to lose that much money.
For real this time, Kakegurui is an anime all about gambling. Or, more specifically, the thrill and enjoyment of gambling, but that's another video entirely. Basically, the show is about Jamabi, the cute cat girl in her quest to gamble all the top people in her school, like Fingernail, Nerd, and Madam President. Your first watch through the show, you might expect the climax to end with Neko over here having a battle of wits with Madam President. But by the second to last episode, we've already reached the most intense battle with Nerd. I remember while watching this for the first time thinking to myself, well, I thought the gamble with the President would be the climax, since it's been built up for so long, but instead we got Nerd. Huh. And then, as you might expect, and I stupidly didn't, we get the after party episode, but strangely enough, for the first time, this episode isn't a complete pile of shit. This episode actually works for a few reasons. The main one being, it actually has things to show you. Most episodes like this don't have anything to add to the show overall, and therefore just give it a little bit of a melancholy feeling because it's not what a last episode should be. Hey, it's the me who's editing this. I just realized something while watching. Along with what I'm about to say, this episode subverts expectations absolutely fantastically, and that's why it's so great. Anyway, let's continue on for a second. But this one works for a few reasons. Firstly, it puts the president in a situation to really show her character well. The gamble between the president and Jamabi works because it's not intense. It showcases how the president and Jamabi both think the same by putting everything they have on the line, with no cheating, just for the joy and thrill of gambling. Had the president been in the place of Nerd over here, it wouldn't have done her character justice, since this gamble was all about status. While all of this is happening, we actually get the second reason that I think this episode works. We get a great piece of character development from main character number 2 over here, where he basically gives in to Jamabi's way of thinking and gambles everything by not taking the easy way out of the situation. Now I could go more in depth on both these moments, but you really only need the basic gist to realize that these moments give the episode substance. These two moments are what separate this episode from a normal After Party episode. It's these moments that make the episode work. So while the After Party episode is usually pulled off with about as much grace as Crunchyroll launching their own series, from time to time, it works. Hey, it's me, the editing guy. I'm just here to remind you that if you enjoyed, you should probably maybe drop a like or even subscribe if you want. I'm still kind of new at doing all this, so if you have any suggestions on how I can improve my videos, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love you, and yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video. Alright, bye!